Hello there. So today the Season 4 update dropped, and amongst other matchmaking changes, they introduced a new map. I figured why not have a little review of this new map, see how it fares against previous maps. So today we're going to have a look at the new map, Deadeye Canyon. Without wasting any more time, let's jump right in.
Nice.
So right off the bat, we have some good news. It's not too bright. It has that Sandy Shores rework sand, so it's not too bright, but it's still obviously sand, so bonus points for that. Wouldn't want another really bright sand map. We've already got quite a few of those already. Just looking at the arena initially, it's kind of plain. There's not too much going on the pitch. It's basically just sand, corners, walls, the ball, and the nets. There's not too much visually interesting going on inside the arena, or even relatively close to the arena. In some ways, I would almost describe it as almost like a mod-made map. So I'm not 100% on it. I will say I do quite like how open the map is. There's definitely a lot of open space on this map. The pitch is right in the middle of a very open area, surrounded by a lot of very high rocks, and it does look quite nice. Definitely has a greater sense of scale than a lot of the other maps that have come before it. So I do give them bonus points for trying to do something a little bit different there. Whenever you drift around, you do kick up a bit of sand, which is quite a nice little addition there. I believe the other sand maps do that though, so probably not that new. One complaint I do have at the moment is there's not too much of a clear defining line between the corner and the ground. I know it looks like it is from the footage, but I feel like it's kind of hard to gauge how far away it is. I feel like this will cause people problems with like corner reads and stuff, but we'll have to wait and see how that turns out for players. There's a real distinct lack of shaders on the pitch other than around the nets. I feel like they could have done a little bit of shading on the pitch. Again, it kind of feels like this was made by like a mod. Moving just outside the pitch now, there's no crowd whatsoever, which is kind of strange because the goal explosions have a little bit of crowd to it. It's one of the few maps not to have a crowd. There is this guy here in a faraway rock, but I think this might be literally the only egg on the map. It's a very quiet pitch. There's very little ambient noise. I would have liked maybe a little bit more ambience for those of us who do like that kind of thing. It's very quiet. There is a little bit of a whistle, and you do hear an eagle every now and then, but there's not really much going on audio-wise. I need to address the world quality settings. If you're not on high quality, the world detail and all of the flora pretty much just disappears, which is a massive kick to the teeth to the visual quality of the world. So I'd recommend having a look at it at its max settings, because taking that away really gets rid of a lot of the life of this map. Not that there was much to begin with, that's probably what they were going for. Just have a look. I feel there's a bit of a bug at the moment. Some of the rocks that are removed during the drop in settings, they leave their shaders behind, which is probably just a bug. I hope they address this at some point. Looking further afield, the mountains in the distance are actually quite nice. Gives it a nice sense of scale. We don't tend to see those on a lot of the arena maps. They tend to be quite obstructed by other things. So it's quite a nice addition, I will say. I should mention that your typical competitive settings where we brush off a lot of the fine detail, this map does not look particularly great, but probably has the highest drop in quality of most of the recent maps. Most maps tend to do a pretty good job in retaining their world quality when all the settings are lowered, but this one really drops quite considerably. Overall, it's quite a whelming map. I'm very whelmed by this map. Not overwhelmed nor underwhelmed. It's about what I expected. I don't want to call it soulless, but it's not doing too much justice to this next season. I don't want to call it rushed either, but I can't say that they've done everything they could have done with this map. It's passable, not to say that they couldn't update it later. I mean, I'm pretty sure they have updated maps previously, so we could see an update at some point. Sand maps have never been a particularly popular part of Rocket League, so I don't expect this map to kind of break any molds where that's regarded. So it's probably not going to be a very favorable map by a lot of players. Overall, in terms of actually playing on the map, I'd probably give this map like a 6. It's not going to be very popular, but you know, it's got some nice kind of unique design choices. I do like how open it is, but again, it's probably not going to be a particularly popular map to play on. But yeah, that is Deadeye Canyon. That has released with the update that dropped today. You might see it in some of your casual and competitive games. I don't actually know where the map will actually be played. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be available everywhere. Give the map a go. Let us know what you think in the comment section. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next video.